focused on you.
Right now at 4, we are in weather alert as winter weather moves into the bi-state. Snow has been falling in our northwestern counties, and even the metro area can expect a brush with the white stuff. Here's a live look from our Arnold camera where, yes, the snow is starting to fall. Thanks for being here at 4. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. You know, light rain falling most of the day in the St. Louis area, but things are about to change. We have winter weather team coverage for you. 5 on your size Annie Crawl is in our storm tracker in Wentzville. We've got Paul Cook in the traffic center.
But we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. He's tracking that snow line and when that rain switches to the white stuff. Scott?
Yeah, and again, want to emphasize this is not going to be a huge storm for St. Louis, but we are changing over in the metro area to mostly snow now after seeing off and on rain showers today. You can see some of those snowflakes flying here in the Chesterfield Valley, but you can also see traffic is rolling along Highway 4064 without much of a problem right now because the roads in the metro are just wet as we have temperatures that remain above freezing. Now, the back edge of the snow is where temperatures get closer to freezing or just below, back to Columbia and Kirksville now just below freezing. So that rain snow line, the changeover is advancing east and southeast of St. Louis. So heading up Interstate 55, you're making that switch in the next hour or so up towards Litchfield. Most of us in the metro area seeing these bands of snow sliding in from the north and west. The area is most likely to have some problems would be north and west of St. Louis because it will get colder there a little sooner. And you have an actually heavier little band sliding in towards Hawk Point and Truxton right now. That may put down a little coating. Again, we're not talking about big amounts of snowfall here. Additional accumulations maybe up to an inch, perhaps a dusting east and southeast of St. Louis. That's pushing it maybe another inch to 2 inches up towards Bowling Green. We look at Cuba right now, had snow last night on the ground, it melted. We look at Moscow Mills, it was white this morning, now that's gone. So we'll see a little bit of additional accumulation, but not a lot. But because this is happening during the rush hour, that winter weather advisory does include the metro St. Louis through this evening until it stops snowing. Let's see what's going on the roads. Paul Cook joins us now. Hey, Paul.
Hello, Scott. It's going to be a possible tricky commute here, and that's why I'm here. Now, we do have a few incidents out there, but overall, normal speed times on the way home today, even though it's fairly crowded out there. Now, let's take a look here. 70 going westbound at Grand. You do have an incident there, and you can see red means slower than 25 miles an hour. Also wanted you to see 16 miles an hour, and even at the Interbelt, 64, 40, and 70, we're slowing to 16 miles an hour, which can be normal at this time. Extra care out there, a little caution, and maybe leave a little bit earlier. We'll have more coming up, guys.
Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Paul. Now, if you're headed out this afternoon, be sure to give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going and be prepared for slick roads.
That's right. Let's get to our storm tracker now. That's where we find 5 on your size Annie Crawl, along with photojournalist Mark Mowry. Annie, how's it looking out there?
Well, that's the thing, Brent. We are just outside here. We're on 70 heading towards Warrenton, and it is blustery. We're driving past Wentzville. I'm just going to show you what I'm seeing right now in this storm tracker. Look at this. Everyone's going pretty darn slowly right now. Trucks taking their time. Snow coming in slowly but surely. Just a couple hours ago over in Troy and Lincoln County, the snow started a little bit earlier, but now that it's 4 o'clock, we've got our snow, and people are just taking their time. I was actually speaking with some snowplow drivers a little bit earlier, and they said they are ready for this. This is the show. This is what they've been preparing for. In fact, over in St. Louis County, we were doing some talking, and they have about 112 plows ready to go and deploy for this kind of snow on the roads. All those snow plows may not be getting used today, they say, but they're going to help with cover more than 3,000 miles of roads and streets in the county. Now, St. Charles County also using their snow plows, and they were getting salted up and ready to go earlier this afternoon, as well as in preparation for later tonight. St. Charles County says they're planning to have their plows cruise out all the way overnight. Remember, it seems obvious, but the Red Cross says it's worthwhile to repeat that with the winter weather here again, you have to be prepared.
Make sure that your car has a full tank of gas. I just gassed mine up on my way here, but that also you've got some essentials in your car. Make sure you've got a blanket. Make sure you've got some first aid and emergency supplies. And if you, for some reason, need to be on the roads, traveling into or through areas of bad weather, make sure you've got some essentials, bottles of water, medications, and other things that you might need.
So true. And again, now that we're still in Wentzville, I want to show you one more time what the roads are looking right now while we're driving. We're going to have some snow continue to come in. It's almost thickening up right now, just a hair. The advice that I kept hearing so much today was just be patient with your fellow drivers, be patient with the snow plows who are out there trying to clear everything up. And we're going to have another live look for you at 5 o'clock as some of this snow keeps coming in. But for now, though, reporting live in Wentzville, Annie Kroll, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Annie. Stay ahead of the winter weather 24/7. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355 and we'll send a link straight to your phone.
Now to new information coming in on a deadly shooting in North St. Louis. Officers showed up to Vandeventer and Koseth Avenues just before 11 last night. That's where they found 30-year-old Markel Bird dead. Right now, police are looking for the person who shot him. An East St. Louis teenager died in a weekend shooting in Jennings. St. Louis County Police say it happened at 4:30 Saturday morning in a field near Apricot and Emma Avenues. Police identified that victim as 17-year-old Jamarcus McDaniel. Right now, no word of a suspect. If you have any information on either of these shootings, contact police or Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS.
Today marks St. Louis Police Chief Robert Tracy's first year on the job. Hours ago, city leaders commemorated Chief Tracy's one-year milestone with the department. Last year, the city recorded its third straight year of declines in violent crimes. Officials say murders are down 21%, shootings down 24%, and gun violence involving youth decreased 47% from 2020. Chief Tracy says in order to maintain this progress, the department needs to build trust within the community.
After years of separation because of the pandemic, after the George Floyd murder, we've been separated, and we have opportunity now to start to all come together because there's been too much divisiveness. And we need to come together, work together in a common goal.
Chief Tracy says the department is down about 300 officers, but he says the department is actively recruiting to fill those positions.
And for the very first time, Chief Tracy publicly addressed the Bar PM crash involving a police SUV. Last month, an officer driving in South Broadway lost control and then crashed into the South City Bar. Following that crash, one of the bar owners was arrested for shoving an officer. This morning, Chief Tracy apologized. He said an internal investigation will find at least some degree of fault into at least one officer involved, but defended his decision not to release the body camera footage.
I feel bad, and I'm sorry that their establishment got hit and they got the damage that happened to that place. Nobody wants to see that. There is remorse about that because our actions affect people, and look at the way it's affected people. And then afterwards, you know, there's high tensions, and then there's an assault for arrest that was being made. When it comes to body-worn camera, I'm limited by the sunshine law. I'm limited by the state laws here, what I can release and what I can't.
Internal investigations now looking into the use of force after the crash.
We're learning more about exactly how that panel flew off an Alaska Airlines plane in mid-flight. Now the investigation is pointing to missing parts.
An explosion rocks downtown Fort Worth in the middle of the day, when investigators believe damaged a historic hotel.
Heated arguments in a Washington, D.C. appeals court. Former President Trump was present for a hearing into whether he's immune from prosecution.